For that reason, we were unfortunately not able to vote yes. However, as I've said before, we fully support some of the critical objectives in this non-binding resolution.
U.S. and Israeli relations suffered a huge blow when the United States chose to abstain on a United Nations Security Council resolution regarding the war in Gaza, resulting in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu scrapping plans to send a delegation to Washington, D.C. This resolution, which every other country on the Security Council voted in favor of, called for an immediate ceasefire for the month of Ramadan, respected by all parties, leading to a permanent, sustainable ceasefire. It is also called for the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages, as well as ensuring humanitarian access to address their medical and other humanitarian needs, and that the parties comply with their obligations under international law in relation to all persons they detain. Netanyahu agreed last week to send a delegation to meet with U.S. officials regarding Israel's intent to carry out military operations in the southern Gaza city of Rafah. But the Prime Minister's office has decided to call off the delegation's visit because the U.S. did not use its veto power on the resolution. Netanyahu's office said, "This retreat hurts the war effort as well as the effort to free the hostages because it gives Hamas hope that international pressure will allow them to get a ceasefire without freeing our hostages." In light of the change in the American stance, Prime Minister Netanyahu decided the delegation will not depart. U.S. National Security Council Coordinator John Kirby responded to the news and said, "We're very disappointed. This was the UN Security Council's fourth attempt to pass a resolution on the war, but it failed due to votes by Russia and China. They ultimately vetoed the US-backed proposed resolution that linked the ceasefire to a hostage deal in a condemnation of Hamas, the terrorist organization whose attack in southern Israel on October 7 prompted the war." Biden and Netanyahu have disagreed publicly on Rafah, who should govern Gaza once the war ends, and on Palestinian statehood, which the U.S. president has said he believes is the best way to secure long-term peace in the Middle East.